Hello, and here we are with another experiment on the channel. We're looking, this is number 6 of 8 for experiment week. It probably hasn't been explained in the first couple of videos. It would have been, if my scheduling is in my head correctly, explained in one of yesterday's videos, certainly the afternoon one, possibly before as well, maybe even in the Unai Emery one on Tuesday. So I'm not going to go into it too much again, but yeah, 6 of 8. We have got a few ideas for some other experiments, so do drop them in the comments if you have any ideas. Obviously maybe wait till the end of the week just in case I've covered them already. I'd be happy to do them, or if any of them need a bit of expanding. To be honest, the only one I can really expand now is Unai Emery. I've had to delete a load of the files off my computer. I probably have got them backed up somewhere, but it was just hogging my computer up and I just had to just come away from it. So what we're doing today, you can probably tell from the thumbnail, we're just looking at the 2018-2019 season, Premier League and Championship. So what I've done is replaced all the managers who have happened, created a little database. So we've got Hughes is at Southampton, Mark Hughes, Unai Emery's at Arsenal, Marco Silva's at Everton, I think Frank Lampard is at Derby. All the transfers that have been confirmed basically, and I think I put Graham Potter in at Swansea as well, because I mean that is just all but confirmed. We've got the West Brom have relegated, along with Stoke and Swansea. A bit similar to some of the databases I've mentioned in some of the other saves, some of the other experiments. So it's a complete reflection of the Championship and the Premier League. Aston Villa has happened since, but they haven't got replacements, so we've still got Steve Bruce in there in this one. Come onto this screen purely because on the news items and on the main home screen, when you look up, there's a few overviews of things that have changed, and there are a few things that have changed, so I don't want to give them away too much. We'll try and look at each of the teams and what's happened a little bit individually. So yeah, the Championship's all created a black burner in there. The teams that were relegated just gone are down as well. So what we'll do, we'll jump into it, and first of all we will take a look at the Premier League. So the holders, we've gone to May as well, so that league table, and everything here that shows is as it stands. So we'll quickly go on stages. So Man United again win the title, they always do, but it's on goal difference, 2 goals over Man City. Arsenal only 2 points back, further still, and then that's where the break comes in. Tottenham are quite far back at that point, just ahead of Chelsea by 3 points, and Liverpool are quite close. Burnley and Bournemouth not too far away, but then there's a split again, down to Leicester and down. The teams that go down, it's Fulham, Huddersfield and Cardiff, so 2 of the newly promoted teams. Wolves get 14th, newly promoted team as well, of course. The episode from yesterday, the Bielsa one, which was the afternoon one, Wolves finished about 13th, so only 1 place off in this one, so it's quite consistent. Again, I'm sure Wolves would take 14th, we mentioned it yesterday. Fulham really struggling back there, as well as Cardiff. Cardiff only go down on goal difference, but by quite a way in the end. And Palace trailing Everton quite a bit, and I think they were a similar position to Everton, so they always tend to struggle. Newcastle struggle sometimes as well. So what we're going to do, we'll look at some of these clubs and just pick out maybe some of the transfers. No, what we'll do, we'll look at the transfers in the Premier League this season and see who the biggest ones are. So Abubakar, who we had in my blog a few years ago at Orlando, he has joined for a lot of money to go to Liverpool. He joined in the January, I assume. It's January, and 44.5, 1 in 2 average. So if he does that next season, they will certainly be higher up the table. Aspas has gone to Man City. Hopefully a slightly better. He did quite well, better than his Liverpool season certainly. 14-0 and 1 cracking corner. Chadley goes from West Brom to Arsenal. Obviously West Brom relegated, but former Tottenham player, of course. Grimaldo goes to Chelsea from Benfica. Liverpool raiding Porto again. Porto getting absolutely ripped apart, it seems. 3 big players for them. Kieran Tierney goes to Arsenal. I see that happen quite a lot, to be fair. Kovalenko, the Arsenal player, goes to Leicester. Really? Obviously this season I've just signed him back. Is it Kovalenko I've signed back? Yes, it is. Kovalenko, just signed him back. I paid less than that second time round. I got a lot more money for him, I seem to recall. Chris Guito goes to United. Darmian goes to Vigo. The other way. Obviously, the other way to where Aspas comes to Liverpool. We've got nothing else really jumping out. Any maybe cheaper ones that are a little bit surprising. Mariappa going to Fiorentina is a strange one. Nias from Everton to Olympic Lyon happens all the time. It's happened in pretty much every experiment I've done where I've checked it. We'll have a look at the golden boot. So the golden boot goes to Chris Wood of Burnley. Wow, okay, he's had a good season. I mean, Burnley did have a good season, 23 goals. Second is Harry Kane. Probably didn't get off to a good start. He doesn't tend to score at the start of the season, but he's done nicely. And then we've got Lacazette for Arsenal. I'll be happy if he gets 19 goals this season. Like a few more, but he's a bit more of a bit part now with Lacazette there as well. Average rating Firmino, Hazard and De Bruyne. And then we've got assists Firmino, Ozil and Xhaka. Xhaka, okay. See again, Arsenal under Unai Emery. I'm going to try not to focus too many on teams, particularly Arsenal, because I've done it a few times. I've done a few of the other teams as well. I'm going to maybe try and steer clear of that. Then we've got clean sheets, Czech, Lloris and Ederson. What we'll do, we'll have a look at the Championship now and see how they fared. It'd be interesting to see if... Oh, and Leeds, obviously we looked at them yesterday. Not Bielsa in charge, still Paul Heckingbottom. Again, I haven't changed him. I know he's not in the job, but I haven't changed him. They beat West Brom, so West Brom haven't bounced straight back up. Let's see if any of the others have bounced straight back up. So Swansea, well, yeah, destroyed it. As you can see there, got Graham Potter in charge. And then we've got Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday getting second, wow. Again, by 2 points clear of West Brom, and then Derby a little bit further back. Leeds get in the playoffs, and then 6th place Ipswich, and then it sort of tails off. So Stoke finished back in 7th, they don't get up. Blackburn, good mid-season, halfway finish for a promoted team. We've got Aston Villa down in 21st, and then Rotherham and Wigan, the two teams that came up, going straight back down, along with Bolton. They've obviously only been up a year and then gone down the second time of asking. Let's have a look. Let's go back to the Premier League quickly. I just want to go and see if any of the managers that we put in survived, and we'll do that in the Championship as well. So is Unai Emery still there? He is. Won the European Cup against Sociedad, 5-0. Is it going to let me have a look? It is. Chadley scoring on the first minute. Welbeck getting a hat-trick. Who says this game isn't realistic, eh? And Aubameyang getting the one in the 85th and getting the player of the match. He got... not too sure why, just the one goal. I thought Welbeck might have got that. He came off the bench to do that. Came on at half-time, just before half-time and got a hat-trick. Danny Welbs, that guy. So he survived. He's still in the job. We've got... I don't think we put Sarri in. No, we've still got Conte. Let's see, Southampton, Mark Hughes, still there. Yep, Pellegrini, still there. Gus Hiddink. No, he was sacked after 167 days, obviously not doing too well at the bottom there. Hiddink is coming in... When he came in at Christmas, I mean, he didn't do much better. I mean, they might have been languishing a bit further down when he came in, but who knows. Carlo Cudicini has come in. That is actually one of the news items I saw. I don't ever look at these, but there was a news item and it just caught my eye. He left in May, so pretty much at the end of the season he went. Carlo Cudicini's been in for 5 days. He was sacked as well. Thought he might have retired. He's getting on a bit now, but no. And Fulham, Michael Appleton. So they've sacked their manager as well, obviously. Not sticking with the man who got them up. Left in May, end of the season as well, sacked. And 4 days for Michael Appleton. Down to the Championship. League table. So we know he's still in his job. Darren Moore, still there. Derby, Frank Lampard didn't work for some reason. Stoke, Louis van Gaal. So Gary Rowett lasted 285 days. He lasted till April. And then... I mean, he didn't do bad, but he obviously wasn't doing what was expected. Van Gaal played 2 games, 1-1, drew 1. Okay, you'd expect him to maybe push them on next season a little bit, but he'd be looking for a job bigger than that, I'd expect. Tony Pulis is still at Borough. I didn't change him, obviously. Just looking at something interesting. Brian Dean. I've seen that happen in a few experiments. He gets promoted. He gets made as manager. So Chris Wilder was sacked. None of them go to other jobs. He went in February. He was doing not great, actually. But Brian Dean's come in. 1-5, drew 1, lost 4. So, yeah, 50% win ratio there. It's not too bad. Villa, I'd be surprised if Steve Bruce's Paul Lambert's gone back. They say never go back, but he has. It was... They had... Wow, they had quite a few managers. Steve Bruce was sacked in September. He only won 1 game out of 11. That is shocking. Colin Calderwood came in as caretaker, replaced by Carl Robinson, the former MK Dons manager, of course. Didn't fare much better. 6-1, 7 drawn, what's that, 6 or 8 lost. I can't quite see the glare on my screen, but either way, not fantastic. Calderwood drew 2 out of 2. What did he do there? Lost 1, so he's not the best caretaker. Paul Lambert comes in February, and it doesn't do much better either. He'd be struggling to keep his job, I would imagine, but still got John Terry there. Some fantastic players in that Villa squad. I mean, how they're down there, I do not know. So let's have a look at the top scorers here. So Wilfred Bonney for Swansea, no surprise. I'd be amazed if he's there this season. Sure, he might go somewhere. Steve Morrison at Millwall, getting on a bit now, but still banging in the goals for Millwall this season. And Rondon again, I'd be surprised if he's still there. One of the promoted teams, or one of the teams that just survived last year, like a Huddersfield or Brighton, maybe go for him. I wouldn't be surprised. Daniel Sturridge, average rating, I'm surprised not in the goals, but he was probably injured for half of it. We didn't take him back off his loan. Jordan Ayew, we didn't go too in depth with players and stuff. Yeah, some good average ratings there. Renato Sanchez, again, he was still on loan. That won't be happening. I don't think Swansea would want him as much as Bayern Munich will want him to go to Championship. Chris Brunt and Johnny Hosen. Kieran Westwood, goalkeeper, a lot of clean sheets, I'd imagine. 15 clean sheets out of 37, that's not too bad. McLaughlin and Ayew. And then Jack Butland, most clean sheets. Again, I'd be surprised if he's still there. I'd love Arsenal to sign Butland, actually. I'm sure someone like Liverpool might be in for him. They're after a goalkeeper. If Chelsea maybe lose out on Courtois, they may have to look at a goalkeeper. But then you've got Fabianski and Scott Carson as well. But Butland far and away ahead. So yeah, let's have a look at the transfers in this division, see if there's anything big that sticks out. Mostly outs by the looks of it. Jakob, divisional rival, and sort of fairly local rival, I think, isn't it? Not hugely, but not far away, I don't think. Afellay, goes to Nice. It's mostly outs. Should I let him go into Las Palmas? I'm sure he'll get very burnt in Spain. I can't talk with my Irish heritage of family and that. I'm pale as anything. Sun comes out. I mean, I've got a 30-watt bulb there in this light, and that's burning me a little bit. Christopher Samba. I won't leave him Villa. They literally signed him in and sold him again. Didn't even know what was happening with him. I remember he came back to QPR. He was terrible, and then they got relegated. He went back to Angie. Okay. Is it Angie?
Really, the only word like for it is...
Sound like I'm clearing my throat. So, anything else to look at? I don't think there's too much to look at. I will have a look at the cups. So, FA Cup. Did any of these win FA Cup? Or even just to see who the game thinks. So, it thinks Tottenham will beat Brentford. Brentford getting 8th in the league, so not too bad. So, yeah, 1-0. Who's getting the goal? Harry Kane, of course. I mean, that's a strong team out there. They got Giovinco. Didn't even see that happening as a transfer. It's quite low in value, but quite a good return. Anyone else stick out there? Alex Telles went to Tottenham from Porto, of course. Not amazing. Keeping Danny Rose out, though, I'd imagine, and Ben Davies. I don't know too much about Brentford. Not anymore. I used to watch them a little bit because they're not too far from me. Not amazingly close, but not hugely far either. And let's have a look at the Carabao Cup. So it thinks Burnley are going to win that, and they're going to beat Chelsea 3-0 in the final. I think we may be seeing another the Royal Dutch pub opening up if that happens. Very, very interesting. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that. Maybe stick a 5 on Burnley at the start of the season, see what odds they get, and then we'll look at the Europa League. So Tottenham won that against Man United. No, this is the Champions League, isn't it? Yeah, Euro Cup. Okay. We looked at the Europe. Arsenal won that. Tottenham beat Man United in the Champions League this season. Okay. Let's have a look at the stages. Semi-finals. Wow. 2 English teams. Yeah, we know about 2 English teams. And then Juventus and PSG. Man United seen off Juventus. Tottenham seen off PSG. Both of them... Well, no. Both of them quite close. So, I think that's pretty much covers this experiment. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, drop a sub on my channel while you're there. This video will be in a playlist with all the others, so if you've missed any, feel free to check out that playlist, check them all out. Like I said at the start of the video, if you've got any ideas for any other sort of experiments, I won't be doing as many bulked up at this, I wouldn't have thought, unless there's a big flurry of stories again. But anything sort of that pops up or comes up, let me know. I'll whack it through a database and I'll do the experiment and we'll go through it. just let me know what you'd like to see, and if there's anything that maybe I've missed experiment wise or that might be of interest, and I can sort of pop it in around the Shakhtar games in the gaps between the Shakhtar episodes. So yeah, covered everything about the channel. Yeah, drop a like, drop a comment, sub, all that stuff, and I'll see you later this afternoon with another experiment today, and then tomorrow will be the final one for experiment week. So with that all taken care of, I'll see you next time. Take care.